Hello, Boise, Idaho! How are you guys doing? I'm JP Chastain. I'm going to talk to you about why you don't have to worry about Skynet, but you sure as hell have to worry about cyborgs. All right, so first let's look at the real-world examples of these, because these are from our fantasy, but we do have real-world things. We're coming far enough. We got Watson, which probably a lot of you know about for its Jeopardy performance, actually beating out some of the best. But over here we got a guy who retrained his tongue to receive visual information because he's blind, and he uses a little pad to get it done. Robots have been around for a long time, at least the concept. You know, we started all the way back in Jewish folklore at year one, pretty much, talking about the golem. And it took so long to get from just the concept of an automaton to anything actionable. It took Da Vinci, it took Turing, and it wasn't until 1961 when we actually had something useful as far as industrial robotics was concerned. The reason I'm setting the tone this way is because, you know, a lot of people are excited about this. This is Moore's Law. For you, who knows about Moore's Law? You guys? All right. So right up there it says human brain. Everybody's like, 2020, human brain. Oh, give it all to me. I want to see the datas. I want to see the Johnny Fives. I want to see everything. HAL 9000. There's a problem, though. And that is we like these things because they're like us. But we really don't know what makes us up. We don't know what we are. How are we going to make Skynet evil if we can't even figure out why we're evil? We have a lot of great information on brains. We do, honestly. I'm a cognitive psychologist, so I know we have a lot of good data on brains, but here's the thing. We're going to hit that human brain calculation limit far before we actually understand what the brain does. We got a long way to go. There's not enough time, not enough researchers. It's hard to miniaturize all the technology that it requires. But here's the big difference. We have a correlation machine like Watson. Tells you pieces of information that we've already collected and forms new information on it. But a creation machine, that's tough. Now you're talking about new ideas, new concepts never before had. It's hard. It's a hard thing to do for computer science. However, we're moving towards this weird world. And as we're getting better with robots, we're getting better with bionics. And I know what you're saying. In the future, I ain't putting no chip in my head. No, 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 no. Luckily, well, maybe unluckily, we have a way to get around that. You know, a big barrier to the cyborg thing is people think that you have to get a chip in your head. We have transcranial pulsed ultrasound. Try saying that 10 times fast. What it is it essentially allows you to correct things like neurological disorders with a series of directed bursts towards specific parts of the brain. Now, if you remember, I kind of led up to all this in that you should worry about cyborgs and not Skynet. And there's a good reason for that. It's because this technology already exists. We can have brain-to-brain communication over coast to coast. And you know what that means? Looks like our friend has an opportunity. So with any new technology, there's going to be huge gaps in education, huge problems that we don't see, and people willing to take advantage of those gaps. It always happens. How do we secure a future where robotics, artificial intelligence, things like that are better portrayed to us so we know what the future is bringing, but also to our kids? They're the ones who are going to be working in the robotics industry, guaranteed. So here's the thing. Right here in Idaho, we have PCS Adventures. They build their own robot that actually teaches kids to code with Arduino coding. That's based right here in Idaho. We haven't had a lot of good information recently, but here's some great stuff. Team Tesla Robotics and Team Taters are two world championship finalists at the first robotics competition right here in Idaho. Yes! And it's important. I know this is just a bunch of graphs, but what I'm showing right here is that the #1 spot that robots are relevant is Michigan. That's auto jobs. That's automotive jobs. We're in a shift here, guys. It's going to be crazy. What the definition of a cyborg is any life form that uses a digital or mechanical device to aid their journey. I got a big surprise for you guys, because the reason you need to worry about cyborgs is you're all already cyborgs. That's right. So how many of you guys remember all the numbers you need in your phone? Have a good night, guys. I'm JP Chastain. Thank you, Boise.